Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are just getting some advice from your spirit guides. So what I really have for you today, and this is meant to be a much shorter video. I am filming a very long video right now, so I wanted to take a bit of a break and just get you some advice from your spirit guides. So with that said, feel free to pause the video, pick whichever pile is speaking the most to you, and let's get into today's reading. Hello Pile 1, if you chose the orange smiley face, this will be your reading for today with some advice from your spirit guides. Again, this is intended to be just a shorter video, just a quick little message from spirit, whatever they have for you today. So with that said, let's get into it. What advice do you have for Pile 1? Okay. Alright, we have the Emperor, we have the King of Cups reversed, and we have the Six of Wands. And I was going to wait until I interpreted the tarot cards to do your oracle card. I'm feeling compelled to lay it out now and just have the entire message together, so that's what I'm going to do. We have a Starseed card for you, and it says, I'm sorry. Defenselessness, writing past wrongs, uprooting. And what's interesting is, okay, I'm getting messages here. There might be a situation in your life. It might have to do with a parental figure, an authority figure, and or like a father figure, with the Emperor here and then the King of Cups reversed. Sometimes when there's two cards in a spread, that is either like two court cards, or, you know, if there's the Emperor here representing the Divine Masculine and then this King of Cups reversed, sometimes when one of them is upright and the other one is reversed, that can talk to me about somebody who is in an imbalanced energy. And there's a particular message that I'm getting here. You might have been dealing with somebody in your life who was a King of Cups reversed energy, and you might be in a place right now where you are embracing this Emperor energy, and you might have wished that whoever is being represented here on the King of Cups reversed would have embraced this Emperor energy themselves. There might have been, if you're resonating with the idea of this being some sort of parental figure or an authority figure in your life, or like a family member, there might have been a painful situation where you really wanted this person to step up, and they just didn't. And this could be something that you're working on forgiving and releasing and letting go of. But it's a process, and it is long and difficult, and Spirit is acknowledging that it's a process, and that it can be extremely painful, especially for people who are light workers or starseeds. This is the Starseed deck. That, you know, if you identify as a light worker or a starseed, starseeds can remember that feeling of unity, when we don't experience that here on Earth, when we experience divisiveness instead, like conflict, being at odds with somebody and having like a contentious or really complicated relationship, especially a complicated emotional relationship with somebody, that can be extremely painful. And it can be really hard to reconcile that. But it's important to remember, message of this card, it's important to remember that we need to address the reality of the situation. And there might be a message here. The reality is that whoever's being represented by this King of Cups reverse is probably not going to change. And you can't force them to. And so if you... this actually almost is reminding me of like a sandwich compliment, where it's like, you know, this is you, this is your energy, and then there's this thing in the middle that is, I think, being represented here. And what I'm seeing is, right now you might be trying to focus away from this situation, or focus away from your emotions about this situation, and focus more on your achievements and gaining recognition for something. And this can, you know, this card, especially in this deck, is associated with, you know, with like influencers, fame, of some level of fame or influence or recognition. You might be trying to achieve something like that. That can even just mean in terms of being recognized at your job. Or this can, if we're talking about something that might be related to a family relationship, this can even just mean being recognized as a person, like with needs, and being validated. And this can, with the Emperor energy here, might be saying that you are maybe trying to reparent yourself and give yourself the validation that you might not have gotten from somebody who is in a King of Cups reversed energy. And the energy of the Emperor card here it represents the divine masculine, even though you might not be masculine, or a male, or identify as male. Like, it's not really related to gender. If you're embodying the Emperor archetype right now, that's a positive thing, and it's regardless of your gender. It's just talking about somebody who is in a very practical mindset, where you are being assertive about your needs. You're making sure you're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of your responsibilities. It's a very responsible energy, and it's about, like, you have a plan. You have structure. You're creating structure for yourself, and that, again, if you were dealing with a King of Cups reverse, might have been something that you needed to provide for yourself because it was not provided for you, if that's resonating. And then with the King of Cups reversed, the King of Cups reversed is not really a pleasant person to be around. They can be very emotionally immature, and it's even an energy of somebody who is so, I want to say bad at. They're so avoidant of their own emotions, just for whatever reason, that it's much more likely that they just try to escape from their feelings instead of feeling their feelings, and that can cause them to react very immaturely when somebody kind of triggers an emotion in them that they don't want to feel. And this can also, because it is a Cups card, it's sometimes also associated with substance abuse, which might be something that resonates for somebody. When it's reversed, the King of Cups reversed can be associated with somebody, because it's like trying to escape from your emotions, and sometimes people do that through engaging in, like, self-destructive behaviors, including substance abuse, if that resonates for you. But it's like, I'm getting the sense that if we have this juxtaposition between this incredibly responsible and put together energy of the Emperor and then this incredibly irresponsible energy of the King of Cups, I'm getting the sense that this is representing a schism, a difference here, and that is a message associated with this card of, like, a divide, a separation. And so again, like, I'm being called to interpret this as two potential interpretations, and you can decide how or if they apply, which one applies to you. But again, it's speaking to me about, like, maybe you had someone in your life, and this could even be like a past romantic relationship. It could even be like a relationship that you just recently ended, where you're choosing to prioritize yourself. You're choosing to take care of yourself in this situation because this person wasn't capable of showing up for you. Like, this person don't step up. This is the energy of somebody who's not stepping up. And this can even be, there can be an interpretation here where you're overcoming these behaviors in yourself and working on forgiving yourself for, if you have recognized that you have been in this energy sometimes, it's like embracing this energy, Emperor, moving away from this, and also recognizing that you have, like, this is a kind of a reflected energy. You might have both inside of you, but you can choose what you want to do. You have the power to step up for yourself too. So again, I don't know how this is going to resonate for everybody watching, but there's a few different ways to interpret the fact that we have these two cards here together, and they did come out together. And so that's why I'm feeling that this is part of the divide that we're talking about here. And again, like, this card, the Six of Wands, might be saying that you're finally giving yourself the validation that you deserve, and or you're getting recognition in some way. And I think it's because you're working really hard on showing up for yourself. And this can even be, if you've been waiting for a sign from Spirit that's, like, unrelated to this situation here, this can be something separate. And this can be if you've been, again, waiting for a sign from Spirit, if you've been trying to manifest a level of recognition, a level of fame, you know, a bigger social media following, more recognition at work, or like a friends group, or like a social group that that is very supportive of you, then I would take this as confirmation that those manifestations are working. If that is resonating for you, this could also be Spirit's way of saying, don't worry, we have good things coming in for you, and you will receive the recognition that you deserve for the hard work that you're doing. And I think they're also just acknowledging that, you know, that this growth, stepping into an Emperor energy, moving away from this King of Cups reverse, whether this is your energy, somebody else's energy, the energy of a parent or an ex or something, moving away from that and working on forgiveness, even self-forgiveness, through you know, understanding it and really kind of processing what happened, and doing that work is helping attract whatever you want out of this Six of Wands energy here. And I want to say also, you know, with the energy of this, the kind of the orangey color on both of those cards, and with, you know, these, I think this is an energy that you're embracing or moving towards, and the smiley face is also orange. And if we're moving away from this King of Cups energy, there might be a need to work on expanding your sacral chakra. And there might be, if you've been working on, if you're resonating with the idea of maybe like reparenting, or you know, becoming your own authority figure in your life, there might be a need to reconnect with your sacral chakra, which is connected with emotions and creativity and sexuality, if that resonates for you. But there might be like an advice here that that it might be helpful for you to try to express yourself through creative means. That might help open your sacral chakra, if that is resonating for you. Only take that if it resonates for you. Either way, I think that there is a positive message here that that your hard work is being recognized, that this is not an easy process. And Spirit, I think, is saying that you are being supported in this work, and to remember that it's okay. And I do feel compelled to give the message I always give when it comes to things like forgiveness, especially if you're dealing with somebody who's probably not going to change their behavior, despite how much it has hurt you. Like forgiveness can be very hard, and it can also be like, well, why should I forgive this person? If they're not sorry, why should I forgive them? And the way that I respond to that is forgiveness is not really about the other person. You know, I don't forgive people to tell them that what they did was okay, or to absolve them of, you know. And in this card, there's a message here is not really about blame, right? But it's also like it's okay to be upset and to feel your anger and resentment and hurt feelings, whatever you're feeling. It's okay to feel those things. But the point of working towards forgiveness is to be able to let go of that anger, the resentment, and the hurt feelings, so that you don't need to bring that forward with you through all of the cycles of your life, so that you can step into this spotlight on the Six of Wands and accept this recognition from the universe and from other people and yourself even, and know that you deserve that, because you have let go of whatever was maybe keeping you attached to this energy here. Again, whether this is representing another person in your life or behaviors that you were engaging in, however that resonates for you. And this can also be saying, this card literally says, I'm sorry. And this can be this person's higher self coming through to recognize that they might not step up in the 3D in this lifetime. And this is their higher self coming through to apologize. If somebody needed to hear that, if that's helpful for somebody watching. So with that said, I am going to leave the reading here. It is a shorter video today, and I hope that resonated for you, Pile 1. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a like. Please comment down below, let me know whether or not it resonated for you. And with that said, thank you very much for watching, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Hello Pile 2 and welcome to your reading. If you chose the green smiley face, then this is going to be your reading for today, where we're just going to get some advice from your spirit guides, just some quick messages. We'll see whatever comes out in the cards. And with that said, let's get into it. What messages do you have for Pile 2? Spirit messages you have for Pile 2 today. Oh. Okay. Interesting. We have the moon. What messages? Okay. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Okay. And let's get one more. Spirit. Okay. Oh. Okay. It's definitely a little bit more of an intense message than Pile 1. And we do have the High Priestess at the back of the deck. I can't take the back of the deck because we don't have room, but we do have the High Priestess, which is interesting. First of all, there's 3 major arcana if we're taking the High Priestess as well. So again, a little bit more of an intense message. And what I'm getting from this is you might be in an energy of getting frustrated, or feeling confused, or like you might be kind of losing faith in the process. If you've been trying to go through some sort of spiritual transformation or end a cycle or bring in a new cycle, if you've been trying to manifest something, if you feel like you've been working really hard, doing a lot of spiritual work, and you're not yet seeing the results, especially with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse here, there is a message with this card from Spirit that there's nothing to, like with the rest of the cards here, there's nothing to worry about. It might be helpful for you if you feel like you've been kind of spinning your wheels, and you keep investing in this, wanting this death and rebirth to happen for you, and you're not seeing the payoff yet. There might be a message that it's okay to take a step back, and reevaluate where you're putting your energy. And there's a message with the High Priestess that Spirit might want you to try to connect with them. And I know it can be like if feel like you've been doing that so much, and you're not getting anything back. And with the energy of the moon here, like I'm just getting the sense that like this is the first card out of the deck on a message from Spirit can be a message in itself, that you don't see everything. You don't have access to the same level of information that your spirit guides do, that your higher self does. To be able to see that the way that things that you are trying to grow and manifest and work on, you can't see the progress that you're making because it's underground. It's like this is a plant that you have planted, but the pentacles are growing underground, right? So there's, you can see maybe the top part, but you can't see the way that things are progressing or growing. You know what I mean? And so it makes sense that you might be losing faith. With the moon here, you might be feeling disconnected from Spirit. You might be feeling like that there's just things that you don't see. And there's a message with the moon card that's specifically the way that I interpret it is this is reassurance from Spirit that that they are working on things behind the scenes, that the things that you have been investing in are going to pay off, but there's an element of that requires faith, and faith is something that is based on believing things that we can't see, but there's an acknowledgement here that you might be feeling frustrated and upset because you might be losing faith that the things you're putting your efforts into are not going to pay off. And the message here is things take time. And right now, the Spirit's acknowledging that you cannot see the whole process, but you are being divinely supported and divinely guided with the High Priestess on the back of the deck towards a new cycle, towards a transformation. It is happening, even if you can't see all of the details right now. And the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, there might be a message there, again, to take a step back in terms of how emotionally invested you are in achieving this. If that makes sense. Like it's like a message of, we realize you might be losing faith, but what's required here is investing more faith. Does that make sense? And it might be, again, it might be helpful to meditate more and tap into your intuition as much as you can. Because I think Spirit is acknowledging there might be some blockages here in their communication with you, but the High Priestess on the back of the deck was upright, which means that you are connected to Spirit. Your Spirit guides are trying to communicate with you. They are sending you messages, and it could be that with the Moon here, that you are not seeing the messages that Spirit is trying to send you, and they can take place like the way that I see it is because, you know, our spirit guides and our angels, that there might be like a lot of like higher dimensional beings who are trying to communicate with us, and you know, they might be trying to communicate like a higher level concepts that are difficult for our human brains, our 3D physical human brains to understand. And it can be that, you know, it's hard to communicate those concepts in ways that humans can interpret what Spirit is trying to say, if that makes sense. And so I think that is why our spirit guides will communicate to us through literally anything. And that can include, you know, the lyrics in songs, lines of dialogue in a movie or a TV show, something that somebody says to us like randomly one day that kind of maybe sticks out in the conversation, or something profound. They communicate through synchronicities and angel numbers and things like that, because it can be difficult, again, to communicate a complex concept to somebody who's rooted in the 3D, you know, and so it could be that what's required here is maybe more surrender, a little bit more surrender to the process, and taking a step back, putting aside, because it's a Pentacles card is like it's practical. It's again rooted in the physical world. There might be a need to take a step back if you feel like you have been trying really hard to look for signs and synchronicities and messages from your spirit guides, and you haven't been seeing them. There's a message to stop trying so hard. And I know that can seem counterintuitive, but it's like, it's almost like when you stop trying to force the process to happen a certain way, that's when the messages can start to come in. If that makes sense. It's like you're just getting a sense of like, you might be creating your own blockage by being so invested in it. Like it's just being maybe so focused on seeing a certain message in a certain place that you're missing the message that Spirit is actually trying to send you, if that makes sense. That's kind of more the energy that I'm getting. It's like you gotta just take your hands off the reins for a little bit, and let Spirit guide you, because your spirit guides are with you. You know, I want to reiterate, even though we do have the Moon here, it's like they're working behind the scenes. The Spirit, the universe, your angels, they're all working behind the scenes. There's stuff going on that you can't see right now, and that's okay, because Spirit is still communicating with you. They're still guiding you, but it just might be in places and ways that you are not currently focused on. And so it's like that you need to kind of maybe shift your focus so that you can start to see how Spirit is trying to guide you. And there's, you know, the death and rebirth is, I would see this as a reassurance that you are not going to feel like you're stuck or confused or unguided or losing faith or whatever is going on. You're not going to be in this energy forever. It will shift. It will change. Whatever you're trying to bring in, whatever you've been investing in, it is going to result in a new cycle, closing out the old, bringing in the new. It's going to come in. This is reassurance from Spirit. Your transformation is already occurring in ways that you can't see, and it's here. It's imminent. There just might be a need for you to maybe take a step back, and let your spirit guides and the universe have a little bit more room to provide you the guidance that you need in the way that they are trying to provide that guidance. If that makes sense, like trying to stop, not trying to control the flow of information so much, if that makes sense. I hope I'm communicating that clearly. And I want to say I'm being really drawn to the number 13 on this death card. So 13 might be a number that is significant for you. This could be Spirit saying like the 13th of the month. Whenever you're watching this, like the 13th, and then the next time there's a 13th of the month, might be a significant date for you. Or it could also be that Spirit communicates to you with the number 13. That might be like a message for you. That your transformation is coming and to continue having faith, or they might send you the numbers ones and threes as a again, like an angel number message for you, that your transformation is coming. It's happening. It's already happening. It just might be happening in ways that you can't see. So it could be that you're still in your cocoon phase right now, but you might be in the part where your physical body is turned into goo, and now it's up to like the inner knowing that your soul has to turn the goo into a butterfly, so that you can burst out of the cocoon and be in this butterfly energy with the death card there of the transformation. So that's what I'm seeing with that, and I'm going to get your oracle card, which says, Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. And that would, I think, be very connected with what I was just saying about the cocoon. And it's like there's a message with this card about you have a connection to the cosmic intelligence. And this would also be connected with the fact that we had the High Priestess on the back of the deck. And it's like you might be feeling blocked right now. And like you can't see things that or like you're not receiving reassurance, or you can't see the way things are growing and already transforming. And then the High Priestess is like, this is an encouragement that you have spiritual knowledge within you. You can tap into the cosmic knowing of the universe. That's something that is always available to you, even when you are feeling confused. And so this again would take it as encouragement to take a step back from, like there might be a need to kind of put yourself aside in the sense of like disconnecting from ego for a little bit. There might be, with a death card, there might be a need, like you're about to go through some sort of ego death. Could be related to that. Or you might just be in the process of that right now, and you might be like, I don't know who I am, I don't know what's happening. So there's reassurance here that, if the goo inside of a cocoon knows how to turn into a butterfly, you have that knowledge too. You have that knowledge within you, and there's a need to go within, and to maybe do some meditation where you're not trying to direct how the meditation goes. You're not trying to direct getting a certain answer or getting a certain piece of guidance. It's just showing up and being present and focusing on your breath, and then whatever happens after that, it's like letting go of the outcome of that and just being present with your breath. And it's like the message of answers will come when you're not searching so hard for them, because the answers are within you. The answers you're looking for are within you. You know how to go through this transformation. You have an innate knowledge of that, and Spirit is with you and they are guiding you. Even if you feel like right now you can't see the progress that you're making, you are still making progress. So this gets encouragement. You know how to get there. Your soul knows. Your soul knows this. And there might be a message here also to try to connect with your higher self, but in a way that's not trying to like control or force the way that it happens. It's more just like being in an open and receptive energy, that like whatever communication style your higher self has, whatever communication style your spirit guides has, it's being open to any and every form of message that could possibly come through, and just taking it however it comes. And there might be a need to remove self-doubt, and this is something that I definitely struggled with when I was first embracing my spirituality, where I would receive some sort of message and then I would immediately dismiss it and be like, oh no, that's silly, why would my spirit guides communicate with me through that? Like, why would, you know, if it's like a line somebody says in a video game that I'm playing that stuck out to me, it was I would dismiss it, because I would be like, well, my spirit guides wouldn't communicate through a video game. You know, spirit guides only communicate when you're deep in meditation. And you know, it's like, no, I learned since then that, you know, if it's meaningful to me, then that's what matters, you know, and spirit knows that. So there might be a message there, if that's helpful. I hope that I have communicated today's messages to you, Pile 2, in a way that is helpful for you. But there's definitely a lot of reassurance from spirit that they're with you, and that you are gonna, you're already in this process of change, and you're going to achieve the changes that you want. And there's nothing to worry about, even though there's stuff that you can't see right now. And there are, again, messages about connecting in a way that is not forcing certain things to happen in a certain way, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm going to leave your reading today, Pile 2. I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a like. Please comment down below. Let me know if it did resonate for you. And if you like my channel and you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe. And with that said, thank you again for watching Pile 2, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the yellow smiley face, then this is going to be your reading for today. And we're just going to get some quick messages from your spirit guides with any advice that they have for you today. So let's get started. What advice do you have for Pile 3? Okay. All right, we have the World. What advice do you have for Pile 3? Oh, okay, that one just leapt out of the deck. All right, we have the Three of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. Fantastic. All right, this is a beautiful message. This is a very positive message for you today. Pile 3. With the World card, this would, just be confirmation for me that Spirit is acknowledging that you are closing out a cycle in your life. You've been working on learning and integrating whatever lessons you have been learning from the previous cycle. If you've been maybe through some tough challenges in this, the cycle that's closing out, Spirit is acknowledging and commending you on the hard work that you've been doing, and saying that it's a moment of celebration, and that it's okay to celebrate your achievements, and to be in this joyful energy of, okay, I've done the work, I've made the progress, I'm closing it out, and I'm excited to start back at the Fool, at this is the last of the major arcana, starting back with the energy of the Fool, of being in a carefree energy of I'm so excited to go on this new adventure, there's nothing to worry about, and I can leave the baggage in the past. I don't need to bring it with me because I've done the healing work, or you're just very close to finishing out whatever the healing work here is from the past part of the cycle. And it's just with the message of this card is you're very, very close to ending out this cycle. And again, Spirit is they're congratulating you and giving you a pat on the back for doing the shadow work, doing the hard stuff, the hard part of spirituality, where we are working on healing things, and emotions get brought up, and and it's an opportunity to change the way that we react to certain situations, so that we can end old patterns that were not serving us, and begin new patterns that are more in alignment with the way that we are growing and changing and evolving. So again, there's a very positive message with the World card there. And then we have the Three of Wands. And this is, to me, it's an energy of, you know that your rewards are going to come in. Like, this is almost like the kind of transitional period between the World and the Ten of Pentacles for me in this reading. And it could be that you are kind of in this energy right now. This is like, maybe you've been doing manifestations. This might be a Spirit's way of saying, you know, recognizing that you've been putting a lot of positive energy out into the universe. And by doing this work with that's being represented here on the World card, this would be the Three of Wands would be confirmation. It's only a matter of time. And I think that you know that too. And that it is important to close out this cycle before new things can come in. You might just be in like the transitional phase right now. That's something that is coming through there. And the World card, this could also be a message, like I'm putting in the context of spiritual development. It could also be a message about like graduating, and it could be like ending any kind of ending is usually a happy ending. It's like a positive thing that whatever the previous thing is over. So again, that brings to mind things like graduation, because it's like we're celebrating the fact that we've completed a program, if that resonates for you, or just even any other type of transition from one phase of your life into a new phase of your life, that is a positive thing for you. So it could be, leaving an old job and getting a new one. It's that kind of transition. So you would be able to say, however that applies to you. I put it in the context of spiritual development because that was what came into my head. But it could apply to any other situation in your life. So just take it however it resonates for you. But with the energy of the Three of Wands, like this is a very hopeful energy. It's like looking towards the horizon and knowing that the things that we want in our life are being attracted in towards us. And this, there could also be that you are starting to see things coming in. That it's first of all, I would just take this as reassurance that if you haven't started, it's a positive ending and then a positive beginning. If you haven't seen the beginning of the new stuff coming in yet, it will. There's a reassurance there from Spirit. And if you have, this is like an energy of almost like a relief of like, okay, I did it. Like, and it's like the results are coming in and I'm so excited. So this could even be, if we're going to use the example of maybe graduating from a program, it's like I've graduated from this. Maybe you've applied to like a master's or a graduate program or something after that, or a job that you really want. And this is like you're starting to get acceptance offers, or people are calling you back, or you're getting interviews. It's like that kind of you're ending this in a positive and beautiful way, and things are starting to like the ball is rolling, like the momentum is building here. Again, a very positive message. And then the Ten of Pentacles is amazing. It's like, for me, this is like Spirit saying, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. This is what is in the cards for you. This is what the long-term outcome, I guess. This is the long-term outcome that is in the cards for you. This is the Ten of Pentacles is like, first of all, it's extreme financial abundance. So whatever is happening here is going to be producing a situation where maybe you have been trying to manifest money, maybe you're starting a new career, maybe you're starting a new project, whatever it is, there's money coming towards you, because it is a Pentacles card and it's the Ten of Pentacles. So it's like extreme financial abundance to the point of never having to worry about how you're going to pay your bills. It's like everything is covered, and you also have a lot of disposable income, and enough so that you can start trust funds for your children, enough so that you'll be able to take care of your parents, if that is something that resonates for you. It's like there's a family message here as well. If you have been also like trying to work towards something that is related to your family. There's a family message connected with the Ten of Pentacles, because this is a card that is also speaking about generational wealth, and that again is like a trust fund for your children, being able to pay to send your children to the best schools in the place where you live, and and whatever is an important thing for you to invest in, like whatever is in alignment with your core values, you're going to be able to do it with the Ten of Pentacles. It's like, it's not just financial security, it's financial abundance that is coming in towards you. And, and if you've been working on manifesting, like, again, something to do with your family, or like if you're trying to bring a soulmate towards you, it's like this is an energy of you and your partner working together to provide a lot of abundance for your joint families, if that is something that resonates for you. Either way, it's a beautiful positive message here of like yes, we've done it. We're closing out this cycle. We're already seeing the positive results from our hard work starting to come in, and then this is what we're working towards. And this is a confirmation from Spirit that you have a Ten of Pentacles in your future. This is coming in towards you. And again, it's just like a beautiful message, and honestly pretty straightforward for me. There's not a ton of complications here. This is just like a beautiful positive message from your spirit guides. They want to congratulate you and confirm for you, even if you're still in this transitional phase, they want to confirm for you that you have positive, very bright things in your future, that the things that you're trying to bring towards you are coming in for you, and that there's nothing to worry about. You're very, very spiritually supported. And again, like if you've been doing manifestation work, it is working. It is definitely working, because you are not blocked at all right now. It's and probably because of the world. It's like, if we're talking about spiritual development, this is the energy of, I've learned how to do a manifestation in the way that is extremely effective, without creating any additional blockages, and that's why this stuff is coming in towards you. So again, beautiful message there. And then your oracle card is Deep Cellular Healing, Arcturus Energy, Physical and Emotional Healing. So, okay, this card has kind of a few associated messages, or like ways that I would interpret it. This could be saying that this was part of the world. Like, this is why you have gotten to the end stage, because you put time and energy and effort into emotional healing and physical healing, if that is something that resonates for you. This card, I also want to say, when I was shuffling the cards between the piles, the Four of Swords popped out, and this for me might be a Four of Swords kind of energy, where you might be being encouraged by Spirit. This is a kudos, and this might be advice. You might be being encouraged by Spirit to focus on your physical health right now. It's a physical and emotional healing, and it's the connection between physical health and our emotional health. So that could be saying that if you've been feeling certain pains or sensations in certain parts of your body, it might be connected to an emotional healing or emotional release that needs to happen. That might be something that you have recognized and been working on with the World card here, and Spirit's just saying, great job. But there might also be an additional advice, again, if you've been feeling like you've been having some health issues that have been popping up, there's a message here that it could be related to things that it's an opportunity to heal in your emotional body. And that could be saying, again, like if we're going to relate it to something that I find makes it easier to conceptualize this idea, is bringing it into the concept of the 7 chakras, and saying, like, when I have a pain in my foot, that's related to my root chakra. So I'm going to focus on doing things that I know are good for my root chakra, such as grounding. And that can help heal that pain, because it could be related to something that is emotional as well as physical. You know, and if it's a foot pain, I'm also going to stop doing high impact because I'm also going to take care of my body, right? But there could be a connection there with something like, maybe if I'm having foot pain, maybe I've been dealing with feelings of insecurity lately. Maybe I feel like my foundation is not as stable as it used to be, or there's some concern there. And I want to address that in addition to addressing the physical cause of that pain, if that makes sense. Like it's that kind of, like there's a connection there between the physical and the emotional. And again, if you've already been doing that work, you're being commended on it. But like if you notice pains and sensations that have been coming up lately, there's a message to focus on your physical health, take care of your physical body, because that's a way for you to take care of your emotional and spiritual body as well, and to pay attention to any associations between health symptoms that might pop up and possibly related emotional things that might come up for you, if that resonates for you. So again, with this energy here, I'm getting the sense that you've already been doing a lot of this, but just in case somebody was wondering, if you've been feeling like I'm on top of the world and everything is coming up roses, but I've been having a health issue lately, this would be a message that it might be related to something emotional. It's just an opportunity to release the last bit of whatever we're talking about here on the world card, so that these beautiful blessings can come in for you. And if we're going to take the message of the Four of Swords that did show itself in between the piles, there might be a need to rest. Especially if you're closing out a cycle and you have all this exciting things coming in. It might be a busy time for you, and I think you're being encouraged to prioritize your physical health at this time, and if you need to rest, to give yourself a chance to rest, and that can include, like, if you feel the need to take a nap in the middle of the day, not getting in your head about it, or not criticizing yourself for that, or saying, oh, but I have so much to do, I have so much exciting stuff to do, and saying, well, I also need to prioritize. If I need rest, I'm going to let myself rest. So that might be a message that resonates for somebody watching. And with that said, I am going to end your reading here today, pile 3. Lots of beautiful messages for you today. I hope that this resonated for you. If you did like it, please feel free to give it a like. Please comment down below. Let me know if it resonated for you. And if you like my channel and you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe. And with that said, thank you very much for watching pile 3, and I do hope to see you in my next video.